So today's tale is about a client I'm going to call Jake the Snake. And Jake was a kind of an unusual character. And among other things that he did was he was a drug dealer. I represented him successfully many times. And on one of the instances, you have to understand, the police hated this guy. They absolutely despised him. They knew what he was doing, but they couldn't quite get their hands around him. He was slippery, and like a snake, he'd slip out of their fingers. Well, one day, Jake, who, by the way, the nickname Jake the Snake, also Snake Legs, is, among other things, he had a pet boa constrictor. Kind of creepy. I saw him once out and about, just, out shopping. He was parked. I talked to him, and yeah, he pulls out a big old burlap bag, and he's got this, the snake in there. Okay, Jake. So, hence his nickname. But so Jake's having a party at his house. Everybody but the police seems to be invited. And the cops figure correctly that he probably has drugs there, and they're just hankering, they're chomping at the bit to get in and arrest him for those drugs. Now, had they gotten a search warrant, they could have entered, but they didn't. So to go in somebody's home without a warrant, you need to have some exception. You need to have some reason to go in without a warrant, and they didn't have one. So they were trying to get one. What they do is when people left the party, they take down different people, and nobody had drugs when they came out, at least the two or three people that they tried to take down, and they couldn't say, oh, well, we need you to go back in, or they weren't talking. They were protecting Jake. So finally they decide, well, let's try a more direct approach. They go up to Jake's door, boom, 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 knock on the door. Jake answers the door, and they step in and say, with their guns out, and that was an issue that we'll come to, but basically they say, we want to look around. And Jake, with the gun in his nose, is like, F you. He used a different terminology. Well, he used the whole word. But anyway, Jake says, F your coppers, you ain't coming in. Well, they searched, they found stuff, Jake got arrested. We went to court. We had what's called a suppression hearing, which is a hearing where a lawyer is arguing that evidence should be suppressed or kept out, almost always because the police did something illegal or improper. And I was trying to show that the police had no business going in. And sometimes we have to use a little bit of deception to accomplish what we want to do. So when the cop was on the stand, I was asking him questions about his gun and having drawn his gun. I didn't care about it. It didn't matter. But my questions were something along the lines of, well, so you think my client's a dangerous drug dealer? Yeah. And, drug dealers sometimes have drugs? Yeah. And, you had that gun out when you stepped into his front hall. You had your gun out. No, sir. Oh, so you just stepped into his front hall. I mean, you guys lived to clear leather. You just stepped into his front hall. Nothing, all of his stuff about, oh, you had a gun in my nose, that wasn't true. No. So you're just standing there in the front hall talking to him? Yeah. Well, we lawyers sometimes do stuff like magicians. Why does a magician have a beautiful assistant? Because they're trying to distract you from what they're really doing. Here, I didn't care about the gun. I was trying to distract the cop from what I was really doing. And what I was really doing is he went into my client's home, into the vestibule, the front little portico, whatever, inside the house, without permission, without a warrant, and that's a violation of the Fourth Amendment. When I finished the hearing, the prosecutor, who I know and I'm friends with, he said, I hate when you do that crap, Siegel. Because he knew. He saw what was coming. He saw what had happened, and it basically had ruined his case. Although all is fair in love, war, and law. So the moral of the story is, if you're charged with something, talk to your lawyer. I always say talk to your lawyer. They may have thought of or see things that you've never seen. And it's important to be represented by a decent lawyer. Of course, if you want to give us a call, you can. Our phone number's below. We take cases here in North Alabama. I'm primarily a criminal defense lawyer. I hope you found this video to be entertaining and informative. Thank you for watching.